multi-stream. Nathan, I'll post it over in your chat. Plus, my stream showing the radar and where you're at compared to the center. Hey, Chris. What I'm going to do here for you folks while we're waiting is show you radar. You'll click on that multi-stream link. You'll get to see Nathan and mine. I don't know. Michelle is Kyle's not streaming now, is he? Hello, Lizanne. I'm going to be leaving the stream run. There you can see where Nathan is and where the center of Tropical Storm Barry is. Yeah, I know Kyle is. I didn't think he was streaming, but Michelle posted that multi-stream link. But there is GR Earth, and you can see where the circulation is and where Nathan's at. I'll also let me switch over here. There's the closer radar site, and you can see where Nathan is compared to the center of the storm. Let me slow this animation down. But by me bringing up my stream while Nathan's got his, and things are starting to pick up. He's got one of the bands his way. So if you use that multi-stream link, you can see him and see the radar. And I just created yeah, he's just just south of Gray. He went through Gray earlier. Yeah, it feels kind of cool to have a storm named after me. Except for, I was hoping it was going to be more spectacular. Hey, Josh. And it's turned out to be just like me. A slow old fart. A weak one at that. This thing is slowed down to 3 miles per hour. It keeps slowing down. It's like me when I walk to the store next door. By the time I start walking back, I slow down. No, it's not over yet. And there is a chance, it could still go high end Cat 1. The latest model runs is showing it at 80 knots, which is 92 mile an hour. 96 is Cat 2. So it's going to be a high end Cat 1. And since it's slowed down and it's still moving west northwest, it's staying out over that water longer. And so it's got a potential of getting stronger. And you can see there on the radar these bands that's headed up towards Nathan. By the way, that little picture of Nathan's name, I just created that on Photoshop just to help out finding. Yeah, the flooding's going to be real bad. Don't have a lot of viewers, but I got a few. I think the levees, I think they're going to hold. They spent, I think, several $billions since Katrina. Now, not all of the levees were done. They're still working on some of them, but I think the ones for Lake Pontchartrain is going to hold. The one on the south side where the Mississippi River is, I don't think they're going to break, but the last I seen, the Mississippi River was almost a flood stage that could come over the levee. The biggest problem is because New Orleans sits down in a hole, and all this rain, we're expecting them to get somewhere around 2 feet of rain. So they got to pump all that out. Two of their pumps are not working, and the pumps that are working, the first hour they can handle 1 inch an hour of rain. After that, it's only a half inch. And the way this thing is slowed down, and some of these bands get up there to New Orleans, they could get 2 to 3 inches per hour, which means their pumps won't keep up. So that's the big worry right now. I don't know why my microphone is cutting out. In my headphones, it's breaking up. And then somebody else in your chat, Nathan, said that your snoring would be so loud that they wouldn't be able to hear nothing. Again, for everybody, I'll post that multi stream where you can watch me and Nathan both. That way, y'all can get both sides of the story. That's the radar off of New Orleans right there, and I could show you a wider view. This is from GR Earth. You're welcome, Cooley. Yeah, I get that a lot. Good old studio voice. I used to be a singer, and believe it or not, uh, when I used to sing in my rock band years ago, I had a very high voice. That's when I was young. Excuse me. Morning, Rick. That was many years ago. No, I don't. I don't do karaoke. I can't sing like I used to. My very first band was in the late '60s and early '70s. So, and then I did sing some in a country rock band that I had in the '80s and '90s. Yeah, Carl made it. They were all there in the same hotel. Jennifer and Brady's there. Yeah, they all got rooms next to each other. Thanks for the follow. Did I just seen them use your flood video from earlier? He got in close on. There was a house there with a boat on a trailer, and the water was almost high enough to float the boat. So it was the same place, but a little bit different. You got your stream muted? Okay, there it's not muted. Tell you what, Nathan, this thing's looking better and better on radar. This thing is getting close to totally having storms all the way around the eye. Getting real close. I checked the speed on one of the storm cells that was to the east of Nathan a little bit ago. It was moving over 80 miles per hour. So these outer bands from the center, they're really screaming. Hey, Maureen. Yeah. Um, Nathan's streaming from a balcony, so he's not on ground level. He's on the second or third floor. I'm not sure. But where they're at, they're not expected to get any flooding tonight. It still could, but that town that he's in is a little bit higher elevation. Nathan, watching my radar in motion, that band off to your east, for about one scan, it had a TVS signature on it, so we could get some spin ups tonight. Yeah, Nathan's really good about uh, staying safe. So if he's pretty, confident, I trust that he's going to be all right. He's done a lot of research today in that area, and he's pretty confident he'll be okay. Okay, Maureen, I'm going to get up and go stretch my legs, and I'll just leave the stream running. I might end up leaving it running all night. So I'll leave it running and I'll be back. Don't talk bad about me behind my back. Yeah, Farm D girl. Later on tonight, I might change my tag to ASMR. Okay, folks, I'll be back in a little while. tell you what I'll do. I walked outside and I got to think, how would you all like to hear a little soft music while we're watching these streams? I could pipe some soft music while you're watching Nathan's stream and mine. Give me a sec here. Turn the music off for now.
They'll be getting pretty active here shortly.
Copy that on your stream, Nathan. Yeah, I'm going to be up for a long time yet. I'm still doing my stream with just the radar with your name where you're at. Watch both of us. But I'm going to be up watching radar and my own things. In the last part of the scan off of New Orleans, got a bunch of lightning coming up your way. Yeah, it's about 75 miles south of you yet, but man, this stuff is starting to scream. It's really moving. I want to thank everybody that's watching. Again, for the new people, if you want to watch me and Nathan, you can use your web browser and go to this link. And that way you can watch Nathan's stream and mine. And as you can see there on the radar, I pointed out with his name there where he's at, and Homa, as well as where the center of the storm system is. And I'll go ahead and show you a broader view. You can really see how this is totally wrapping around that center, almost. Still a potential, now that it's slowed down to 3 miles per hour, and it's going northwest, that it's staying out over the water longer, so it's definitely got a chance to still make a Cat 1 tonight. Projected landfall is about 7 o'clock in the morning, Central Time. Now, if this thing decides to go ahead and turn north, it'll hit sooner. but it's not far offshore. And I want to get a shout out to my mods for helping me out in the chat. A lot of people behind the scenes at Storeview Live that y'all don't really get to know. But they work really hard to make sure our streamers and chasers, everything runs smoothly. A lot of great people on our team. Michelle, Becky, Lisa, and a bunch of others. Yeah, Nightbot don't like that. What was that for? Oh, Bourbon Street? Hang on. I'm going to get rid of Nightbot. I'll go ahead and post it. There's a link for Bourbon Street in New Orleans. That's what the link is, the webcam for Bourbon Street. Thanks, Mond. Now, on a Friday night, Bourbon Street would be packed. But because of the curfew, they're making everybody get off the streets. Let me go ahead and switch to local radar, and I'll stop this. And zoom in on it. Really strong cell up to Nathan's northeast. And this thing is moving at 39 knots. That's like 45 miles per hour, somewhere in there. But he's got this band down here that's coming right at him. And then further down, this bigger cell that I was telling him about, that's about 75 miles away from him, but it's 61 knots. Definitely over 70 mile per hour. This thing's moving north, and it's got a lot of lightning in it, so it won't take too long for it to get there. I heard him say on his stream that he'd be on for about another 30 minutes, and then he was going to take a nap. He's been kind of hanging out because TWC has picked up his stream and doing phone-in interviews. So he was staying awake in case they called him. But here, for too long, he's going to lay down and take a nap because he's been going all day too. Yeah, you got that right, Big D, over on YouTube. So everybody, it's going to be a long night. I'm going to try to stay up as much as I can. I just I just can't sleep when I know there's a chaser in jeopardy. Hey Nathan, if you would, I don't have your phone number in case I need to get a hold of you in an emergency tonight. Uh, you're taking a nap. If you send that to me on private Discord. Thank you, sir. I think I'm better looking than Willie Nelson. I can't play guitar, but I know I can play drums better than him. Well, I don't brag about it. He is a torn up rug. Thanks. For those of you new people that's never watched my stream before, but's watched Star Chasers, I'm one of the main voices that you hear helping them guys and gals. A lot of people's heard my voice around the world, and now they know what I look like. What's the deal with this weather? It's something else, man. Oh, I've had thousands and thousands of people hear me around the world. They hear me in the background on one of our Chaser streams, especially when Kelly and Randy was still alive. I just started streaming here on Twitch this past year. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I miss them. I think about them every day. The tribute picture that we did, I got a copy of it hanging up on my wall. So every time I wake up, I see them. No, I'll never forget the day they passed away either. That really tore me up. Uh, that hurt me as bad as when my mom died. Two of the greatest guys in the world. And it was an honor to meet them in person and actually go chase with them. That was really cool. Yeah, we have on Zello, we have a office channel that nobody else can hear, and I had lost the stream for Kelly, and they wouldn't answer me back, and I was trying to get a hold of them. I was about ready to call Kelly's phone, and I got a message through the office channel that the accident had happened, and at that point, really didn't know, other than there was an accident, and then I found out when one of our other chasers was close by, and they went there. And when I got that call, I had to mute my stream. What was that? I didn't quite catch that. I don't know. I didn't see that on your stream. I wasn't looking, I guess. It could have been a transformer blow up. I'm not showing any lightning near you just yet. Yeah, I muted my stream, but I was still live, and I didn't realize it until I went back a year later and watched that stream of mine. Yeah, it wasn't hard to tell by my emotion on the stream that something bad had happened. Red Dead, the models are showing it turning more north. So if it turns more north, it'll go right up towards Lafayette where we expected it to. If it keeps going west-northwest, then yeah, it's going to go a little bit further west than center. It will still make landfall within the projected cone. Excuse me. Yeah, that next band is just getting to Nathan. You can see there on the radar. Let me switch over to larger screen so you can see it. Yeah, our other chaser, actually, I think we had two chasers end up showing up. They showed up before the police or emergency even got there. Our one chaser, no longer with us, but he got there real quick. He was only a few minutes away. And that's how I found out what happened. Better move that low, but just what little time I've been streaming, this low has actually moved. I think, just guesstimating, about right there. Yeah, I think it was Charles. Hey, thanks for the new follow. And Michelle, if you're listening, thanks for the ISO over on Nathan's chat. Oh, more new followers. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining me. What I'm doing here is, oh man, a bunch of new followers. Good Lord. I'm trying to show everybody the radar and where Nathan's at, so y'all got an idea. Now, if you're watching through a web browser, you can go to this web link and watch both of us. Oh, don't worry about Nightbot. I need to turn that off. I want to get rid of Nightbot, but I quit forgetting to turn it off. Oh, Lordy, bunch of new followers. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Man, y'all keep coming. I'll have over 1,000. Thanks for all the new follows. Good Lord. But with that multi-stream link, you can watch Nathan's stream still and watch his chat or mine, and then watch me so you can see what's going on behind the scenes. This is what I do when I'm helping the chasers. I'm constantly running radar. And on these bands, I'm also trying to keep an eye for circulation in case we get a quick spin up along these outer bands. That's velocity mode there, looking off of New Orleans radar site. And there's the reflectivity for Nathan. And Nathan's about, I'll put it just to the left of where he's at. Okay? I'll put it right over top of him. Thanks, Fantasy. Yeah, I seen Michelle post the ISO in his chat over there. I actually use all the Gibson Ridge products. This that you're looking at right now is GR3. This is GR2 Analyst. And then here's GR Earth. God, I love the new follows. Thank you, thank you. I have all of the 3 of the Gibson Ridge products. The bot for the followers can't keep up. There you can see I got the big L there for the center of the circulation. And you can see how this thing's really trying to tighten up. It's still only moving west-northwest at 3. Now here in about 27 minutes, I'll have a new update for the National Hurricane Center. And the ticker across the top of the screen, I'll update that as soon as I get that. Taking a while for that follower bot to get caught up from all you new guys. That's awesome, man. Thanks a lot. But this is what I do. This is behind the scenes of Stormview Live. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. I'll leave the stream running. Wow, Nathan. Michelle did that ISO over in your chat. I'm getting so many new followers, the bot can't keep up. Yeah, it was named Barry once before, and yeah, thank you, man. But
Anytime I forget, dude, don't be afraid to like Discord me. Sometimes I space.
okay. But the first time that it was named Barry, I didn't get to help out then. You know, some people tell me that I sound muffled, and other people tell me I sound great. There's nothing I can do about that right now. Give me a couple minutes. I got to do something. I'll be right back. Okay. For those of you that watch me and not watching Nathan, hey, thanks for the donation. Great. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Anyway, if you're not following Nathan, which he's the boss and the owner of Stormview Live, be sure and go over and check him out. I'm sure all of you are watching him too, but I'll put the link in here, or well, I'll put his name in here. I'll just go ahead and put the link. Yes, I do. I'll show that to you here in a minute. I've got an excellent program for that. It's what gives me the studio sound. Here, I'll go ahead and post Nathan's link. Be sure and go give him a follow if you're not already. So let me switch my screen here. I've already done that. Most people say that it doesn't sound muffled. I've already decreased the bass and increased the treble on it. But I use a program called Voice Meter Banana. And that's it right there. Excellent program. I started to get one of them snowballs, and I decided to get this one instead. It's a really good mic I got. If I crank my mic up anymore, then it starts clipping. It starts clipping and crackling, so I can't turn the mic up. I forget the name brand of the mic. This is the microphone I have. We mean it's lame. I used to have it cranked up a little bit higher, but Streamlabs OBS didn't like it. It started clipping. I didn't have that problem when I was using XSplit, but XSplit had every other problem. Last year, I had XSplit crash on me, and ever since that one update, I never could get it to work right. So I switched over to OBS. XSplit uses so much processor and video on the GPU. Uh, it just went haywire. And the other updates that they came out with, it seemed like it made things worse. And I paid for that for a whole year. And naturally, I only used it for about a month. And they won't refund my the rest of my money. And they won't give me a good reason, why I continue to use it. So I switched over. I run OBS Studio on this machine, and then I got a streaming PC over there, and I use Streamlabs OBS. And
Put the stream in Hurricane ASMR mode.
copy that, Nathan. Yeah, go ahead and get you some rest, man. If there's an emergency coming your way, I'll give you a phone buzz. But other than that, I'll catch you when you wake up.
Copy that.
Now, Nathan's going to try to get about a 3 or 4 hour nap. Yeah, how I have my system for you new viewers is I have this main PC, and with a gigabyte connection goes over to my streaming PC. From there it goes out to the internet after I add all the overlays. From there I go to Restream, and Restream takes my stream and sends it to YouTube and Twitch. So I only have to put out one stream, and they split it up for me. I run 11 monitors. I got a 12th monitor, but I don't have any room to put it. I got to make a new mount for it. Give me a minute, and I'll see if I can hook up my other camera here and show it to you. I think I got the camcorder charged up. Oh. It's amazing how cables can get so darn tangled up. It's like they start crawling of a night, and start wrapping around each other. Because I don't remember going to bed with them this tangled. Do, 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 do. My throat is starting to go to hell. Okay, I gotta set up a new scene, I think. Darn it. Darn it. Okay, I'm messing something. Hang on. Yeah, I started working on computers in 1981, and I had a computer store for about 20 years. And then when I got disabled, I quit doing computers for a long time. I wished I had some coffee. Got to turn off some of these options. Okay. Monitor that's mounted on my wall. I have to lean back to get everything in the frame. That bottom monitor there is the streaming PC. Then these two monitors is on a third PC. The top one is for my security camera, and then I'm watching Nathan's stream on that one. Then I have what I call the 4-rack. They're 424-inch monitors. And then over here is the bottom one there is for my OBS studio. Then this one here is monitors my computer, my video card, along with the voice meter. The very top one went bad on me. I got to replace it. And then I got my TV over here. So at the TV and 11 monitors, but I'm only using 10 tonight. So there you go. Oops, wrong studio. I'm in the wrong studio. Nope. Get my news tickers turned back on. No, I don't miss much. I gotta get the right newsroom turned on. Well, how'd that happen? Oh, jumped in the wrong studio again. Yeah, back in the day, uh, when I had my store, uh, I had, of course, this is back in the old dial-up days before Wi-Fi and cable, and where I lived at in Northwest Ohio. Uh, Shipping newsroom two. No, it's not two. There we go. But in my store, in the back room, was our internet carriers. All of their equipment. I leased the room out to them, so I had direct connection to three T1 lines, which was faster than my cable internet. And I had a bulletin board system set up. Now, why isn't my ticker working right? Yeah, I went and messed it all up. Yeah, Nathan got a hold of me. He's going to try to get 3 or 4 hours sleep. There we go. Well, no, my ticker's missing. Dad burn it. See what y'all made me do? There we go. Now I got it. No, I'm not Nathan. I'm Barry. I'm the voice behind Nathan and our other chasers. I'm the guy, if you watch their streams, you'll hear a voice in the background, give them radar information. That's me. For a long time, I didn't live stream. yeah, they named Hurricane after me. How about the early bird special at Denny's? Well, for one, there's no Denny's near me. And for two, I have no transportation to the nearest town, even if we did have one. Because of my disability, I can't drive anymore. They named it after me. They had an ugly tropical storm, and they decided it to name it after me. And I had a feeling when they named this thing, it was going to turn out to be an ugly old weak fart. And that's pretty much what it's done so far. It is trying to tighten up. Hey, DJ. Thanks for coming over here, man. I want to show you all something while we're waiting for something really good to happen. Give you a little history on this storm. Get over to GR Earth. Turn off Nathan, turn off the low, and zoom out. Now this storm, let me do something else. This storm is so weird, sort of like me. This thing started out being in the northern plains, and then went down there. Western Nebraska this evening. No, I haven't seen that. I've been busy. But I want to show y'all this storm system. Oh, let's see here. Got to switch screens here. Hang on. Oh, Tropical Storm Denny. Yeah. I helped with that one. Yes. This storm started up in the northern plains. it here over a week ago. If you remember, there was a bunch of storms and tornadoes, like in Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and South Dakota. Uh, this storm was what caused all those severe weathers a little over a week ago that Nathan chased, and I was helping him out. So basically, it was a storm system that started like right up in here. From there, it came down here to Illinois, then decided to go to Georgia. And then it came down here into the Gulf there at the Panhandle. From there, it's kind of meandered, and now it's right there. So this is the first tropical storm that I've ever seen that formed over the U.S. first. But it wasn't tropical back then because, it didn't have the tropical waters. But it was a upper air disturbance, upper level disturbance that caused all the severe weather over a week ago up in the northern plains. And then it circled around, got to the Gulf. That's when it started picking up the tropical characteristics. And as you can see, there's some severe weather up in Nebraska right now, which is where Nathan's from. And also South Dakota. And let's look at the satellite. This is infrared naturally because it's after dark. And something else I'd like to mention. There is a weak disturbance out here in the Atlantic that we're kind of keeping an eye on. Earlier today, NHC said it had a 20% possibility of forming within 2 days. They dropped it back down. It was looking a lot better, but that's it right there. So, there's a lot of wind shear up in this area. It's coming off the coast of Africa, which I tell you what, usually our Atlantic hurricane comes off of up in here. These are coming down here, and that's probably because of the wind shear. Real strong wind shear, and that's going to keep them from forming. But we got these little waves. We got one here, got one back here, got this one here with a 10%, got one here. So if these things stay south of that crazy upper level jet stream, they could come across and form and possibility give us another hurricane. And here's Tropical Storm Barry. Now earlier, when I was able to look at visible satellite, you could really see that there was outer bands, which you could still see part of it, right there that's hitting Florida. That's all part of this one. And you can see it's stretching all the way to Texas. And then you got these other bands down here. So even though it's weak up here in the north side, and that's all due to dry air. That's what's kind of held this thing back. And if it wouldn't have been for that dry air where that I drew yellow there, yeah, Florida areas of Florida like Orlando, I think it rained all day, and it was from the outer band of Tropical Storm Barry. But if it hadn't have been for the dry air, this thing would have got a tighter circulation and could have possibly went Cat 2. Florida really didn't get too bad nailed. Up here in the Panhandle, I did see some storm surge that had some pretty good waves to it, but not really bad. This thing covers most of the Gulf waters. Okay, let's okay, the next advisory is not going to be till 4 o'clock in the morning. The latest one just came out, and guess what? It's still 65 mile per hour winds, 993 on the pressure, and still moving west northwest at 3 miles per hour. So nothing's changed. I don't have to change my ticker on the bottom. Hey, thanks for the new follow. That's a webcam from Bourbon Street, New Orleans. Now, it being Friday night, ordinarily this would be packed. But because there's a curfew from 10 o'clock tonight till 10 o'clock in the morning, nobody is supposed to be out, but you can see a few people there. Right now, Louisiana has 27,561 power outages from this storm. That number is going to go up tomorrow when it makes landfall. And there you can see the key areas of where the outages are. And a lot of it is because the ground is so saturated that from all the flooding previously, maybe there's somebody here in the chat that can explain that a little better than I can as far as donating bits. I know you got to buy them. So if somebody in the chat wants to answer that for me, Michelle, are you on? But with all the flooding and everything they've had coming up to this point, oh, the ground is so saturated, and then you get a bunch of good winds coming in. It blows the trees over, knocks power lines. And that's what's causing these power outages. And as you can see here in southern Louisiana, naturally that's where the winds are coming in. Oh, Michelle was asleep. Poor girl. She has worked so hard today. Her and Lisa helping out with Jennifer's chat, Nathan's chat, my chat. Farm D girl to the rescue. Thank you. Actually, there is one. There's just popped up a tornado warning. It's well east of Nathan. Right there she blows. Now I'm looking at the velocities there, and I really don't see anything good. Thanks for the bits. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Keep them coming, folks. Starting to get a crackling for some reason. Not really seeing much on normalized rotation, but you can see this green and blue circle. That's an area rotation. A little hard to see because I'm getting scattering. But right there, you see this little hook. See that little hook right there? Oops, I just got a new scan and it disappeared. What'll happen a lot of times on these outer bands is you'll get quick spin ups. And they don't last long. I gotta find out why I'm crackling. Streaming PC is pushing really hard. And all I got is Streamlabs running. I bet you stupid Windows 10 is trying to do an update. And that's what's making my audio crackle. Let me double check. No, it's not doing an update. But something's pushing my streaming PC over 90%. Well, it's not doing an update. So something else is causing it. And the only way I can stop it is drop the stream. Thanks for the follow. Let me try something. Check, check. Yeah, it's still crackling a little bit. But when I'm helping the chasers, and you'll hear me talk about bow echoes, and I'll always mention possibility of quick spin ups along the leading edge of the bow, and that's because on a bow it's the wind pushing it out, and on the leading edge there'll be some spins that'll start popping up from the back winds pushing, and so you'll get a quick spin up, and those are short lived. You either got to be in the right place or you ain't gonna catch it. Thanks for the new follow. And basically, these outer bands are kind of the same way. And so I'm sure they'll drop this tornado warning before too awful long. Matter of fact, it's already due to expire here in about 9 minutes. Thank you for the new follow. There it is right there. And you can see it's in a line. Just like on a bow echo, it'll be a line of storms. And you got the same thing here with this band. This is one of the outer bands. And you can see over here close to Nathan, there's another band. And we'll have this all night long as that circulates around the center. I'll put it into motion here for y'all. They go up full screen. And you can see these different lines of storms. Those are different bands. If I was able to show you a visible satellite, I could show you. Well, let's see. There's one way I can do it for you. Let me load up a website. Because I can still see the visible satellite even after dark on this one. No, not with water vapor. Let me load up a bunch of frames here. Yeah, this thing's moving pretty fast on these outer bands. Now, this thing's kind of ugly. No, it's not infrared. This is infrared. It's just with this particular website, it's showing me the geo color from the Zero, and so I can still see what looks like visible satellite, even though it's after dark. It's a little hard to see here because it's not showing up where Nathan's at. You can see how large this thing is. It was even bigger. It was showing outer bands clear over here by Florida. About 6 minutes, they'll drop that Tor warn. I'll show you water vapor. That's water vapor. Hey, Limbaugh. All that brown on the map, that's dry air. And you can see here north of the storm is dry air up there around Little Rock. Am I in Louisiana? No. I live in southwest Ohio. But as this thing moves north, it's going to start dying quick when it gets up here and hits this real dry air. Yeah, I live in southwest Ohio. What site do I use for that one radar I was showing, or satellite? I mean, it's RAMMD. I got a friend in Baton Rouge. Haven't heard from her in a while. I hope she's doing okay. Yeah, that's it. Up in the other corner. Hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Appreciate the sub. Man, my streaming PC still running hard. They're still calling for 2 feet down here in New Orleans area. 2 feet of rain over the next couple of days. And a lot of that's got to do with how slow this thing's moving. I mean, it's only moving at 3 miles per hour. So when it makes landfall, it's just going to get ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. It's moving so slow. And then when it hits that dry air and that boundary up there, it's just going to pour the rain out, collapse. Okay, now Louisiana power outage 36,036. Hey, Les Barker, where you at in Indiana? I'm getting so tired I can't talk. Was you the one I was talking to that lives in Muncie? Oh, Crawfordsville. That's not that far away. I'm in College Corner, Ohio. If you look on the map, you only see West College Corner, south of Richmond. College Corner is the Ohio side. Ah, turn my camera off and everything clears up. They don't like my camera. I'll turn it off. The way my audio won't cut out. Now the center, let me turn that back on. It's about right in there, roughly. And I'll turn where Nathan is. He's about right there. Okay, Mon. Thanks. Yeah, I won't forget. I might get me a little bit here before too long. But since Nathan's taking a nap, I better stay awake. Another tornado warning just popped up over close to New Orleans. Yeah, that blue arch. You can also tell because the roads in Indiana are so much different than the roads in Ohio. As soon as you cross that state line, the quality of the road is different. Let me stop this and let's take a look at the new tour warn. Just on the southeast side of New Orleans, and it's part of one of those bands. Actually, this is the same band that produced the first one. Yeah, Indiana is horrible for roads. The only state that I've been in that's worse is Michigan. I tell you what, roads out in Mexico is better than some of the roads in Michigan, and that's bad. Okay, let's look at the velocities. Man, I really can't see it. Let's go back before it was tour worn. I'm really not seeing why they warned it. Not seeing anything on NROT, which NROT stands for normalized rotation. I tell you what, let's do something here. Let's look at this storm that's tour warned in 3D. It's only up there about 29,000. Look for rotation. Boy, it's really weak. It's hard for you guys. Let's look at velocities here. Now this is bringing the storm up in 3D. Green's going towards the radar. If you see any reds, they're going away from the radar. Thanks for the new follow. You see this little red spot? That's a little bit of rotation probably, and that's must have been why they warned it. But when I go into it, I don't see nothing. So I'll take a slice through that area. Now it's taking a slice through the storm. A little bit of lift right there. That's probably the spot right there. Yeah, a little bit of rotation. You can see the green and the orange. A little bit right there. I don't think it's enough to put out a Tor warning. So it's just going to be one of them quick spin up. Whoops. I moved that radar and forgot to turn them graphics off. Get back over here. Put this in motion so you can see how it's spinning. Now let's find Nathan. He's, oops. Come on, graphic. Nathan's about right there. And the low's about right there. That's about where the center is. It's not that far offshore. You can see how this band's coming right there into Nathan. Now it was pouring rain on his stream a little bit ago, but now it's just real windy. Anybody got any questions? Be glad to answer. I think I got 3 whole viewers over on YouTube, and I got 50 here on Twitch. Hey, thanks for the cheer. Appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Well, thank you. That's one reason why we started doing this. Actually, several years ago, I was helping some other independent chasers. And then Nathan got a hold of me and asked me to join Stormview Live. And so I started helping out. I've been doing it ever since. Ram MD. Oh, on that satellite site? Yeah. Boy, we should have already had our TV channel going. But everybody's been so busy that's working behind the scenes. Carrie is still working on videos and graphics. So we're trying to get it going. Yeah, pretty much. Storms is about all I stream. I'm not much into games, and the games that I got are old. So I really don't want to stream games. I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't hardly get no followers when I stream games. Good morning from Northeast England. 7:40 a.m. It's 2:40 a.m. here. Uh, 2 years ago, I really helped out with hurricanes, and that's when Kelly and Randy was still alive. Actually, I think that was 3 years ago. Um, Homa. Oh, you're in Homa. That's where Nathan's at right now. Nathan, Jennifer McMahon, and her husband, and Kyle Bowers is all staying there in Homa tonight. Basic idea behind SVL TV. I tell you what we're going to do. Let me pull a file up here for planning. What we're going to do on the SVL TV channel here on Twitch is we're going to be promoting our chasers, showing past videos, great videos from all of their chases. And we've got over 150 chasers across the country. So it's going to be a lot of good video. I will be doing live interviews with the chasers. And when I'm doing the live, you'll be able to get on the chat and ask questions so you can interact with the chasers when they're not chasing. Also, I came up with an idea. When the storm chasers get done chasing a good storm, usually they got a real long drive to get to where they're going. And they're still wound up, got the adrenaline pumping in. And so I want to do an after chase party and have them put a camera on themselves while they're driving, and I'll be asking them questions, how their chase went, what do they think about it, and any questions that the viewers would have. Also, we will be doing chaser promotions, and along with that, we'll do a behind the chase interviews to where you can get to know the chaser better on a personal level, what their life normally is when they're not out, chasing crazy storms. We'll also be doing weather forecasts, as well as I'll be doing some shows, tips and tricks, not only with radar, but other software. A lot of people like to know where our chaser's at and would love to be able to see the beacons. Well, I've got a free way for you to search for a chaser's beacon, and it'll zoom right in on them on Google Earth. Hey, thanks for the new follow. And we'll also have specials, maybe give away some gear to our most popular. Yeah, it's still a tropical storm. It's still only 65 mile per hour as of the last update. It's got to get up to 74 to be a Cat 1. We'll also be doing on the TV channel some merchandise commercials, so you'll get to see, the different items that we're going to have for sale. Trying to talk Nathan in to not only hoodies, jackets, T-shirts, but like some coffee cups with our names or mugs. We're going to be coming up with all kinds of new stuff. So that's basically what our TV channel is going to be. It'll be like a regular programming uh, until I break in with live shows, and there were some other ideas that we're working on to go along with it. It's really going to be cool. But Kerry Meltzer, he's one of the owners of SVL Media, one of the partners. He's working on all the video editing to get everything ready. And he's also helping build me some graphics because I want some really cool graphics. So we just got to get time. He's had a lot of things going on. Me and Nathan and some other people has been really busy. And, like so far this year, I've been, there for a while. I was helping every day on a chase. So I didn't have time to work on what I needed to do. So once these storms calm down, where we can get some time to work on this stuff, we'll get her going. Yeah, I know. I was wanting to have it up and going a month ago, but it takes time. So just be patient. Be sure you follow that channel. It's called Stormview Live _ right now. Twitch is making us wait 60 days before we can do a name change. But it will be, once you follow it, you'll be fine. The name change won't affect you at all. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you follow it. I'm sure there's a lot. Let's see if I still have the picture. I uploaded the background picture for it. Not sure what I did with it. Oh, here we go. Let me bring that up for you. That's the new background picture that I uploaded. So once you follow that, you'll naturally get notification. When we do go live. There's my new donation link. Instead of going to PayPal, I think this will work out better for everybody. Whatever way is easier for you to help me out, I appreciate it. Boy, that center's getting close. Man, according to the way that's swirling, about right there. It's really close to shore. Nathan is right in here. But when Stormview Live started, we didn't sell live streams or videos. We was doing it because of the love of weather and to get information out to the National Weather Service and the public. And that's always been our main goal. Now we're fortunate enough to have our live streams on the Weather Channel. We're also seen on ABC, CBS, NBC, Telemundo, Fox. It's kind of hard to say because it's only moving at 3 miles per hour. You know, it's got a chance to get worse. It's just not there yet. As you can see there on the screen, it's not, the storms around the center is not wrapped all the way around it. Once those storms wrap all the way around, it'll start tightening it up. But it's getting so close to shore, it's in shallow waters, and I don't think it's got enough time. It's supposed to be, according to the model, start turning northwest and then go north. Once it does that, it will hit land a lot sooner. The latest model runs that I looked at shows about 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time. East side of the storm, or east side of the eye. The northeast quadrant, the upper right quadrant of a storm, is the worst. So, for chasers, that's where you want to be, because that's where you get the best action. And if you notice these tornado warnings that's popping up, they are up there in that northeast quadrant. Yeah, it hasn't changed much. It's barely moving. It's still only 65 mile per hour winds. It's got to get up to 74 to be a Cat 1, and it hasn't changed. Pressure hasn't changed. Moving west-northwest at 3 miles per hour. How far off land? Let me see here. I can give you an idea. It's a lot easier when I got satellite view. The visible satellite. And it's getting a little hard to tell, but probably the low pressure, let me move my symbol over, is about right there. So if that's the case, it's about 88 miles southwest of Nathan, and if it was to turn north, it'd only be about 44 miles from the shore. Let's see, there was another question in there. Oh, you went through PayPal, I had to recover your password. If you use PayPal, I'll still get it. But the bar across the top won't automatically update. But it's still fine. If you go through the Streamlabs link, it still goes to my PayPal. I've got it linked to PayPal. But the Streamlabs is cool because it'll automatically update my donation bar at the top of the screen. And they just put out a severe warning. See what it says. Oh no, it's a mesoscale. It's a discussion. Strange. I got MCD turned on this other program. I'm in Southwest Ohio. Little town called College Corner. Right close to a college town called Oxford. Actually, the models are showing 7 o'clock Central Time. See what this MCD says. Watch unlikely. It's 20% for a severe watch to be put out. So these storms, these outer band storms, are moving so fast. One I clocked earlier was close to 100 miles per hour. So they're moving so fast, it's going to be hard for them to put out a severe watch for certain areas because they're moving so fast. They'd be out of the box. Very rarely have I ever seen on a hurricane that has tornado warnings that they actually put out a tornado watch. Pretty rare. Oops, forgot to turn that off again. Getting tired, folks. I've been at this all day. But yeah, if it was to turn north right now, it's only about 44, 45 miles away from the coast. Oh, you're in Western Canada, DJ? Cool. What's the weather like up there? I know the other day Alaska was in a heat dome. Well, thanks for joining me, Chad. Appreciate it. Be sure and catch me next time. The past several days, I had been doing live streams at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time and 8 o'clock with the updates on this. Now that it's getting close to making landfall, I'll probably start streaming again early in the morning. Okay, catch you later. Thank you again. Catch you on the next chase. And since I've got 3 chasers down there, I'll be keeping a close eye and helping them out. And be live streaming too. 10 tornadoes up there? Wow. That's almost unheard of up there, isn't it? Farmdy girl, good night. See you in the morning. Thanks for joining me and helping out in the chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, they need me. You know, I told Nathan earlier. It's a good thing I didn't go down there and chase a storm named after me. It'd be like arguing with myself. I didn't think they got that many tornadoes up in Alberta. Okay, folks, I tell you what I'm going to do. I need to get some rest too. At least get up and move around. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream and kind of take it easy for a while. Thanks everybody for joining me this late of a night. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the good donations that I got tonight. It's really going to help me out. Okay, you get some rest too, hon. What's the odds of becoming a hurricane? Slim. I think it's slim. I mean, it's still moving over water, which helps it out, but it's just not trying to tighten up. It kind of like comes and goes. It tries to tighten up, it tries to get stronger, and then it just doesn't. So, folks, thanks very much for everything. And I'll be back up in the morning. If something really big happens tonight, I'll go ahead and bring the stream up. So until then, catch you on the next chase. Y'all have a good night.